You know, when I look around at all the entrepreneurs who are grinding it out, spending 70 to 80 hours per week growing their business, you have to ask yourself the question, at what cost? Hi, my name's Tim Uchuk, and in this podcast, we're going to be exploring the tools, tactics, and strategies for crushing it and scaling your business without making the ultimate sacrifice of your time and freedom. Hey, what's up everyone? Tim Uchuk here. Aloha, mahalo. Just got back from Hawaii yesterday, and I'm excited to get my head back in the game and thought I would just kind of bring you up to speed on some stuff that's been going on in my world over the last couple weeks. We were in just outside of Honolulu, this place right next to the Disney Resort for a couple weeks and had an awesome time. And we actually had to catch a red eye on the way home, and we were stuck in Vancouver for like 7 hours. A little bit awkward, so I'm a little bit tired today. Lots of travel with our 3 kids. But I want to talk to you about why our trip for 2 weeks was even possible, because this was something that I wasn't able to do for a long time, is take a vacation and actually be able to take a vacation, meaning shut my brain off for the duration without having to worry. That's what I want to talk to you about, and specifically I want to talk to you about how I use KPIs to do that. KPIs, key performance indicators. So that's what I want to unpack, and the why behind this episode, the reason is really for you to kind of visualize, if you are at a place where you struggle with taking the time off because you're just kind of worried about things slipping while you're away. That's what I want to kind of talk to you about here. And KPIs is a really important reason that I'm able to take time off without stressing too much. So let's talk about it. For those of you that have heard previous episodes, it's important as a fundamental understanding and I've talked about this, to understand first and foremost, if you want to, at some point in time, have a business, people call it a sellable asset or a self-managed business. There's so many catchphrases out there. But if you want to have a business that can run smoothly with or without you there, you have to understand systems thinking. And the best way to approach that is to think of a really relatable system, which is your body. The human body is a system, right? And in order to think about your business as its own entity, its own system, just like a body, it's got to be able to function in a healthy way without you having to intervene and pull all the levers. So how do you know if you've got it or you don't have it? Well, a really simple litmus test is if you can look at your business and without having to talk to anyone, can you know with certainty, with confidence, are things healthy? Yes or no? Without having to talk to anyone. If you can answer yes to that litmus test, that question, then you're on the right track. And so getting back to the systems analogy is how I like to look at my business, or, within our Perfect Week coaching program, this is one of the things we teach, is to break it into, just like your business probably has functions, departments, you've got your sales, marketing, operations, finance, etc. Just like a human body, think of those as subsystems, right? Just like circulatory, respiratory, skeletal, muscular, all these subsystems. And when you go to a doctor, all they're really doing, they start with questions, right? So we've got the subjective and the objective. Subjective is asking the questions, how you feeling, to help them pinpoint, where to focus his time and energy. So how you feeling? Oh, I got a stomach pain. Then he gets out his instruments and he starts taking objective measurements. And so the two questions that you want to ask to get started in your business are, what does healthy look like and how can we measure it? What does healthy look like and how can we measure it? So when you're looking at the numbers in your business, what does healthy look like in terms of sales? Well, you might have a threshold that you need to make every week in order to hit your break even, for example. So healthy in terms of sales looks like, let's say it's 10,000 a week or 100,000 a week, okay? What does it look like and how can we measure it? So you're able to actually look at those numbers against your target every single week. And when you have these in place across your entire business, so you can see it as a whole and you can see all the areas that are important, such as your cash flow, your sales, for us, we look at things like internal warranty, which is customer callbacks, So that's like quality of the work that you're doing. If you can have a number for all of these areas and you can measure it and track it week over week in your business, you're well on your way. Because while I was away, I know that every week we've got our leadership team gets together and we track these numbers, and they're posted, and I can see them without having to talk to anyone. And then so that's your in the business numbers, right? What does healthy look like? How can we measure it? So we do it every week, and I can see where those numbers are at without having to talk to anyone. So that's peace of mind number one. That's in the business. Now on the business, are we moving the needle forward and solving problems and that kind of stuff? That's your on the business. And we apply the exact same structure and framework, but we do it for our on the business stuff. So for example, every quarter, so we work in seasons, right? Every year has 4 seasons. And so every quarter we say, okay, what are the things that we're going to be focusing on as business over the next 90 days? And it's all measurable. It's completely measurable. And I can look at that and I can track that every single week with clarity. And it's color coded, so a 6-year-old could see it and figure it out. And that's all. That's it. I can see most of my business from a 30,000 foot view at a glance using numbers. And that gives me incredible peace of mind because my team has the structure and the tools to make the right decisions and to just keep the system healthy with or without me having to intervene. So I hope that's helpful and gives you a little bit of a glimpse into how to do it. But obviously over time it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? And progress over perfection. Over time, you'll want to have obviously the right people in the right seats. That's the people side of your business, and then the process side of your business is they know what to do and when to do it. And then you've got the oversight, which is your numbers to make sure everything's healthy, and then you can eventually start to step away. But there was a call that just came through. Those 2 questions to ask when you're viewing your business as a system, just like a human body. What does healthy look like and how can we measure it? And if you've got that across your entire business, so you can measure the health without having to talk to anyone, that is when you are well on your way to being able to take the time off with the peace of mind and just shut your brain off, put the computer away, and just be present and focused with your family. And that's it. That's a little bit of a glimpse, but like most entrepreneurs, I like working, so I'm actually excited to get back and get my head back in the game. But I hope that's helpful. I am at my destination here, and I'll check in with you guys soon. Hey, Tim Uchuk here, and real quick, if you enjoyed this podcast episode, if you could take a couple quick seconds to give it a rating, it would be very much appreciated. And secondly, if you're looking for more tools and strategies on how you can crush it in life and business, just head on over to bookwithtim.com, where I've put together a free case study which shows you how to unlock unprecedented freedom today by using the 2 power levers. Just head on over to bookwithtim.com. Until next time, wishing you success and freedom in your business. Cheers.